Should priests be having sex with nuns?
What if there was a pornographic movie that depicted a nun orgy?
Our Father who art in heaven, debate be thy name right here on Crossballs.
Comedians posing as experts.
Pot is good for everyone.
Women are designed for sex.
Hunting is self-defense.
I drive drunk all the time.
Debating real people.
I'm not gay.
It's totally immoral.
Who don't know the show is fake.
That's a lie. You're an idiot. Die.
Out of the crossfire, beyond hardball. This is Crossballs.
I'm Chris Tallman. Tonight's topic, religion in America. Who's watching the flock when priests go all the way? First up, ex-priest and head of the reform group Spirituality on Updating the Lord, Andrew Richards. Also with us is the president and founder of Catholic Online, Michael Galloway. Question of the day. There's a lot of negative publicity in the press about the Catholic Church. Does something need to be addressed? Michael, let's start with you.
You know, we have these wonderful teachings, which are called the social doctrine, the social teachings of the church. We have these wonderful teachings, but we don't have distribution.
So there's a problem sort of getting a uniformity to it. Andrew, how do you respond?
I think what we need to do is give people a chance to come in, get what they want out of their church-going experience, and go. Why can't we give communion to people on their way out the door, out to the party? Seriously.
Well, you can't be sure. I mean, should we have shorter masses? Should we have communion on the way out?
I completely disagree. The church has what's called tradition of the Catholic Church. It's a mass. It's a sacrament to receive the Holy Eucharist. This country was founded on Judeo-Christian ethics, these moral values. We seem to have lost them.
We have seen the number of people who observe Lent going down steadily year after year. We have worked, my group, with a Catholic dietitian to come up with something we call the Lent diet plan. If you are depriving yourself of something anyway for that period of time, why not lose a little weight? We're saying lose 20 pounds in 40 days. This is going to be so popular, we're going to have non-Catholics observing Lent to lose the weight.
Now you commercialize the word Catholic.
You know what? What's wrong with that? It is a service. We provide a service to our parishioners, and they do pay for it. You know,
service of truth. I mean, the church
Absolutely.
is not a dietary,
It's not saying
organization.
that losing weight is the mission of the church. I'm saying that it can be one of the tools to get people more invested in the church.
Mr. Richards actually brought some footage he shot of one of these updated services. Now tell us what we're about to see.
Okay, yeah, one of our great ideas is something that we call Midnight Communion. And the idea is that Saturday night at midnight, which is the beginning of Sunday, let's take communion then and usher in Sunday with a celebration.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the video.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's Sunday! Yeah, drink up. Let's go. It's Sunday.
May this wine represent Christ's sacrifice and to give you new life.
Great. All right. Nice. I like that. Come on, chug it for us. Come on. New life. New life. New life. New life.
Before the rooster crows today, you will disown me 3 times. And he went outside and wept bitterly.
Book of John.
Oh, no, it's Luke.
Oh, come on. That's when Peter forsakes Jesus. Come on, that's Luke. You got to know that. Drink up. You're going to get wasted.
Hair. Mary.
Okay.
John the Baptist.
No.
First word.
Virgin.
Whoa.
All right, Michael, what did you think about that?
Well, you know, I like playing ping pong, too. I don't know. That's just kind of stupid. That has nothing to do with being Catholic.
There are those who have said that a lot of what Jesus said was the wine talking. Now that's... Come on! People can relate to that.
Now you know why he's not a priest anymore, guys.
Well, I'm not a priest anymore. People can relate to that is my point, okay? And we can say Jesus was one of us. He was one of us and he wasn't perfect.
Isn't that just going to sort of corrupt the image of Catholics a little bit?
Sacrilegious is what it's called.
There you go, and that's one of those words that just says, I know what I'm a real Catholic and you're not a real Catholic. Why don't we create new traditions for the new era? Why don't we say that you can have a divorce ceremony in a church wherein the rings are returned to the best man. The bride is given back to her father. The flower girl now has a basket of dead flowers. We can do this. We can create create new traditions.
In the Catholic Church is a sacrament, just like receiving the Holy Communion.
You know, why do people have to wait until the weekend to confess their sins? With today, everybody has a cell phone. Why, if you're about to engage, seriously, if you're about to engage in premarital sex, or if you're masturbating, give a priest a call, and you know, let them listen in and judge how big of a sin this is, and take appropriate action.
Let them listen in. Did you hear what he just said?
Let's use new technology and get this confession over with while you're committing the sin.
The guy's a voyeur. I don't know. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, are you suggesting that you want to listen in to people about to have sex and masturbate? Is that what you're saying? Oh, God. What can we do to stop occurrences of sexual abuse of minors by priests?
The fact is that well over 90% of the cases have been documented that it's not pedophilia, it's homosexual acts with consenting adults.
But
or teenage.
Yeah, but teenage, if you're less than 18, that's not an adult, right?
No, that's not
That's
an
the
adult.
definition of adult.
Sure. The word molestation, it has now been just thrown around in every circumstance. Every time a priest looks at a boy funny now, it's molestation. Father Flynn, Father Flynn threw the ball at me too hard. I'm molested. Father Flynn shampooed my hair too rough. I'm molested. I feel like I heard the ball.
Wait, shampooed my hair too rough? What do you... If you're talking about a priest giving a kid a shampoo, I mean, what?
Well, I'm talking about a specific instance at a retreat, and
that is outrageous. That is outrageous, isn't it, Michael?
I've never heard of it, but
well, you would have to know the circumstances before you go judging it. But listen, what is molestation but too much love? Sometimes, I mean, yes, sometimes it's inappropriate. Sometimes it's inappropriate
creepy
activity, and sometimes it's not inappropriate activity. Everything is lumped into this category. Yes, you know what? It has been said that 1 out of every 25 priests in the past 50 years may have abused. Okay, but you know what? Actually, I do think that the church needs to get out there with the glasses half full side of that, which is that 24 out of 25 priests have not molested. Priests who have not molested should wear a button. I don't molest. There should be signs. There should be signs up at church saying there has not been a molestation here in however many days, like they have on the factory floor with injuries.
It's a great opinion, but your opinion doesn't mean much.
The fact of the matter is that priests do need a sexual release. So if we're going to say to them, as we should, that you should not be attracted to young boys, we need to give them a substitute, okay? So what I'm saying is the church can hire male dwarves to role play as children. And to make themselves available to priests, because we have to give them a substitute if we're going to say you can't do this. What can they do?
That's absolutely wrong, right? Tell them.
You know, I'm almost 50 years old, and I've just heard something I never heard before.
Yeah, I agree with you. Great. Let me ask this. That's what I'm here. Coming up, a teacher who feels kids need to know atoms from Adam. How does a volcano work?
It's the devil throwing up.
Stay tuned. Welcome back. Tonight's topic, religion. Joining us now is the California State Director for American Atheists, Dave Kong, and a teacher who teaches creationism at Fordman High School, Jerry Davis. Does prayer have a place in our schools? Dave?
No. It's coercing students who otherwise wouldn't pray into praying to please their teacher or to succumb to peer pressure. And those who object to prayer are singled out. They're harassed. They're taunted.
All right. Jerry, how do you respond?
Okay, Chris, we don't have prayer in schools right now, and look at the conditions our schools are in. You know? These kids should be praying, and if they don't want to pray, then they can go sit in the corner. They can go sit in the corner.
Sit in the corner.
In my class, we call it the heathen corner.
Say it again?
In my class, we call it the heathen corner.
The heathen corner? Kids who don't pray?
I want my kids to be interested in religion. I want them to learn about it.
Well, that is incredibly insulting to my lifestyle philosophy. And for one thing, we are not a nation under God. We are a nation governed by a constitution.
Absolutely.
Do you know how much power prayer has? Do you know that 30 kids praying can cure one homosexual?
Whoa. Wait a second. Can cure a homosexual? Is that what you're saying? That homosexuality is a disease?
Unfortunately, a lot of people of faith do feel that way, and you know what? That's counterproductive, certainly to the Catholic Church. I'll tell you what, when the collection plate is passed around, I would like them there because they have an enormous amount of disposable income, and the same is true of the Jews.
Wait, whoa!
It's your building walls, and you're saying, keep you out, keep you out.
And you just want, but you don't want these people in because they're people of faith, because you want them part of your flock. You're saying you just want them because you want their money, and that's it?
Money for good works, money for charitable works around the world, yes.
I don't know. I can't swallow it. Let's move on. For years, debate has raged over the science of evolution versus the beliefs of creationism. Should religion play a part in what is actually taught in school? Jerry.
It most definitely should play a part, and we have to teach our kids the idea of evolution. If we're teaching them that, we also should teach them creation.
Science classes are for legitimate scientific theories, and I see no solid basis for creationism. Science takes data, gathers its data first, and then based on that data comes to conclusions, whereas creationism already has its conclusion that there's a God, a power, supernatural God, and I don't see that as being science
I see
at
evidence
all.
of God every day, and the whole idea of evolution is a silly, ridiculous idea. Okay?
Back it up. Why?
Look, you know, I'm a giraffe, and I want to reach the leaves at the top of the tree, so I want to grow my neck 3 feet longer. That's ridiculous to me. I want to play forward for the Knicks, you know, but I can't grow myself to 6'9" and get 12 rebounds a game.
But that's not how evolution